For this video, I am going to present on how is ASEAN responding to the Rohingya issue. Before that, my name is Nick Nurul Hanis binti Muhammad Kamil, my metric number 1917708. To begin with, who is Rohingya? Rohingya are the ethnic Muslims who live in the minority of Buddhist Myanmar. Nearly all of the Rohingya live in the western coast state of Rakhine. Myanmar is the largest country in mainly Southern Asia, of the 10th largest in Asia by the area. As 2017, the population is about 54 million. There are almost 100 ethnic that have been legal by the Myanmar government. In other hand, Rohingya is the ethnic that have been denied their citizenship for generations. Due to that, they have no basic right. It started in 1978 after the massive crackdown called Operation Dragon King forced about 200,000 Rohingya to flee to Bangladesh. This military reported use of violence and rape to drive them out. About 170,000 Rohingya reported returned to Burma. Then, in 1982, the government passed the Citizen Act recognized 135 ethnic groups. The Rohingya, with a population of 1 million, were not in the list and become stateless people. This law prosecutes the Rohingya citizenship crisis, being denied Burma citizenship to children born to those considered non-citizen. In addition, leaders of Myanmar on that time emphasized to get the citizenship, the origin generation must be a citizen of Burma before the independence. Rohingya failed to give a solid evidence to prove that they are stayed in the Burma before the independence. 1991, Myanmar military launched another campaign called Operation Tree and Beautification, or other word ethnic cleaning. The term ethnic cleaning has been reserved for some of the purpose policy designed by one ethnic or region group to remove by violence, terror inspiring mean the civilian population of other ethnic marked on August 2017, a deadly crackdown by Myanmar army on Rohingya Muslims sent hundreds of thousands flights across the border into Bangladesh. This issue began when Arakan Rohingya Salvation Army, or we call as ARSA, was attacked 30 police and military base center, and this caused 20 people dead. And then, the Myanmar military attacked the Rohingya ethnic by mass murder, rape, widespread destruction. From the report by MSF, at least 6,700 people of Rohingya was killed due to this accident. After I explain the issue about the Rohingya, first thing that across our mind, of course, about what happened to these refugees. To answer, in April 2020, estimate around 900,000 refugees from Myanmar are currently sheltered in Cox's Bazar in Bangladesh, and humanitarian organizations are overwhelmed by the vast scale of need. Despite the ongoing relocation of people to safer ground, the camps in Cox's Bazar are still severely overcrowded, with only 10.7 square meters per person, as area expand is desperately needed to shelter the refugees. But achieving that remains a major challenge in one of the most densely populated countries in the world. Some of the Rohingya refugees say that they do not want to return to the Myanmar unless they get their citizenship from the Myanmar government. Beginning on 1 March 2019, Bangladesh announced that it will no longer accept Rohingya refugees. So, those refugees plan to get protection from Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, and so on. At first, ASEAN Response has remain unsustainable muted construct by its principle of non-interference. Although it has thus far focused on preventing cases of irregular immigrants, there are fears that Northern Rakhine is become a pocket of radicalization. That region expressed in support of Rohingya may further fan the fire of extremists. Next, we move to theory of international relations, which is realism. For the concept, there are four basic principles for this ideology. Firstly, realism refers to nation-state of state is a principal actor in international relations. Other bodies exist such as international organization power, but their power is limited. Second, the state is a unitary actor. A national interest, especially in times of war, has led the state to speak and act with one voice. Third, decision makers are rational acts in the sense that rational decision making leads to pursuit of the national interest. Here, taking action that would make the state weak or not be rational. Realism suggests for all leaders, no matter what their political persuasion, recognize this is their attempt to manage their state and affairs. Finally, states live in a context of anarchy that may lead to the absence of anyone being in charge internationally. This may help to explain why the ASEAN cannot interfere with the Myanmar government to solve Rohingya refugees issue. The principle of non-interfere was enacted in 1967 during ASEAN Foundation document in Bangkok. The Bangkok Declaration expressed that all member states are determined to prevent external interference to ensure domestic and regional stability. To sum up this issue, first thing first, we have to know that Myanmar shall be developed enormously into a major humanitarian crisis. In case of Myanmar, strengthening rebuilding its commitment to democracy ideal, human rights and rule of law should not be under limitation of just provide immediate security and relief by the suffering Rohingya, as is bare a minimum possible in field. And last but not least, it must include a long-term, permanent and accountable strategy that help integrate the Rohingya and other minorities, recognize their sacrifice and contribution to the country, thus creating space for every person without discrimination and give full expression of speech to his or her potential, free from any fear, resulting leading the peace and tranquility to prevail around the globe.